Why iPhones has two ways
When
to
receiving
answer
a call on
calls?
iPhone, you may see a screen with two buttons, red to decline and green to accept. But other times you may see a screen with a slider that says slide to answer with no option to decline. So what's going on here? Well, Apple
Is it a
actually
setting?
provides two different incoming call screens depending on the state of the device. If it's unlocked and being used, it'll show the red and green buttons. If it's locked, the slider appears instead.
Or is it like
The reason
Android?
Apple does this is to prevent users from accidentally answering or declining calls while their phone is in their pocket, bag, or purse. The buttons are easier to press, so Apple only shows them if you're actively using the phone, while the slider is much harder to activate accidentally. But this wasn't always the case. The first 5 versions of iOS only had one incoming call screen with the red and green buttons.
A lot of
But
butt
users
dialing.
complained that they would accidentally decline or answer when reaching for their iPhone to see who was calling. So in iOS 6, Apple introduced the slide to answer feature when iPhone was locked. But it wasn't really a new concept though. Apple had used slide to unlock since the original iPhone to prevent users from accidentally unlocking their device and dialing numbers.
Yo,
This was
if
actually
you're not older than the first iPhone,
issue with mobile phones at the time, and it was called butt dialing. Almost anyone who had a cell phone experienced this. In fact, when iPhone was introduced, many people assumed butt dialing would become more common since the screen was activated by touch. But because Apple used the slide to unlock feature, it became less of an issue. And today, butt dialing hardly ever happens, which is why it was a no-brainer to use the same feature for the incoming call screen, making it almost impossible for users to accidentally answer or decline calls. In fact, Apple may have made it too difficult, because many users don't even know how to decline a call when the slide to answer screen appears.
just turn off the
since
phone.
There's no visual
or just
cue,
let it ring.
but it can be done by double pressing the side button.
Yeah.
So that is why iPhone has 2 ways to answer calls. This is Greg with Apple Explained.
Okay, that's cool.